Hey now, welcome to A Pot of Love. My name is Brianna, and today I am having my first cookout, okay? It is the end of September. A lot of people are having their last cookouts, and I'm having my first cookout, okay? I'm pretty excited. I don't know if I'm teaching people how to make what I'm making, but I just want to share and show people what I'm making, and I like to cook, okay? And I'm learning how to cook, okay? I'm getting ready for my family. Okay, so what I'm cooking today is collard greens, baked beans, which I call Georgia peaches baked beans, and what else? A Hawaiian turkey burger, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do is prep for my collard greens by cooking or boiling the turkey wings, okay? So first, what I'm going to do before I even start touching the food is, I hope y'all can hear me. I'm trying to project my voice as much as possible, and they're working outside. I'm going to rinse this out with water. So while I'm cleaning my turkey wings, I'm going to start boiling the water. And since I have hard water coming out of my pipes, I like to use bottled water. Usually I would keep like a jug, like those big long jugs to cook with, but I walked to the store, so that was not an option. So I'm just gonna pour a couple bottles of water in the pot and get the water hot. Okay, so also I'm going to pour about half of the chicken broth in there. I should have got another one of these because I've never cooked 3 bags. Well, I have 2 bags of collard greens and 1 bag of turnips. I've never cooked that much, but I should have got 2 of these, but yeah. Okay, so while that's getting hot, I'm going to put my gloves on and I'm going to wash these turkey wings. I'm going to use one of them, and then the rest of them are going to go in the freezer for when I want to make some more greens or some red beans and rice. Okay, I'll have it. And what I love about like what I'm learning so far about cooking is that the way that my family makes it, or the way that my mom has taught me and the way that she makes it, is you literally the same ingredients that you use for collard greens we use, okay, for red beans and rice. So it's like if you just need a quick meal, or if you just need, I feel like, you know how people say like spaghetti is like a budget meal? I feel like if you have the money to like invest in some turkey wings, literally collard greens and some dried beans are not that bad. You already have the seasoning. You can freeze onions, you can freeze jalapenos, all that. Stock your freezer up, so then when them hard times come, or them times where you don't feel like cooking for real, you got something to cook, okay? So I'm going to turn the water on cold, rinse these off, and yeah. Okay, so this one is something that I would use for like red beans and rice because I like it really meaty, and I do like the greens meaty. So I think I'm going to use this one. I feel like there's nothing, this is like more for flavor. So I use 2 of these because I don't have, since I only have 1 thing of chicken broth, I'm gonna use this for flavor, and then I'm gonna use this for the meat. And then the other ones I'm going to freeze. I'm going to add some more water in there because I want it to be fully submerged, so then the turkey meat does not dry out. First, I'm going to dry these off really good and put them in this plastic bag and put them in the freezer. And then I just want to add, usually when I do this, the turkey wings are already frozen, but since they are not frozen, I'm probably gonna let this sit for like an hour, and then I'm going to start washing my greens. So I will see y'all then. Let's check the time. It's about 3:30, so I'll see y'all at 4:30. Okay, so I'm going to start washing the greens a little bit earlier because I have a lot to wash. So it is 4:15. So I'm going to first triple wash my hands with antibacterial soap, okay? I'm going to show you the process of how I do my greens. I'm not going to show you washing all of them because it will make this very long, okay? But let's get into it. So I'm going to use this soap to wash my hands, and then we're going to start washing the greens. So like your hand should sound like, you can't really hear it, but it's like deep, deep, you know, that clean sound. Okay, and don't throw this away. Keep this on the side just in case you need to wipe something up. Do not throw this away, okay? Do not throw it away. Put it to the side. Okay, so I don't know if everybody does this or if this is like, why am I touching my hair? Okay, I don't know if this is controversial or if everybody does this, but I was taught to put a little dish soap to wash your greens with a little bit of dish soap. And I'm the type of person who has an ick about everything. So the fact that, I don't know, and maybe because I like clean things, but I would never think it would be okay to put soap, like wash what we eat with soap, but it sounds right to me because it do be in the ground, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Leave in the comments if you was taught or if you wash your greens with a little bit of dish soap, okay? So I'm gonna use this, what is it, salad dryer. I got this from Costco. My mom got it for me actually, and it's going to help like get all that excess water off the greens, as well as wash the greens, because a lot of people put their greens in the sink, and that's where the ick comes in because we not putting food in the sink, okay? So we're gonna put this in the sink and wash the greens off with the you know. Okay, so first we're gonna run some cold water. So just so you can hear me. So what I'm gonna do first is put the greens in here, okay? Let me show you. What I would usually do is smell the bag to make sure that they're good, but I could just tell that they're good. The date is actually like September 26th. And usually I could feel the energy of like, this ain't good, but I could just tell these were good. But usually I would smell it before pouring it in here. And then I'm gonna just pick out what I can see, what is not looking good. This don't look good. So if you see this bag over here that I kept from the turkey wings, I'm gonna put that in there. Okay, and all the stems that I take off, I'm gonna put them in here. I like to keep some of the stems. Usually the last batch that I wash, I keep some of the stems on there, but the first batch I'm going to take most of the stems off, okay? And these are, I know they sell them differently. They just say collard greens, but I feel like they have another bag. I don't know if it's like bigger or smaller sizes. Okay, so I'm gonna go through it a little bit and see what I need to take out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just rinse it with cold water. Then I'm going to put a little dab of just dish soap on my hands. I'm going to rub it and then I'm going to rinse my hands. I'm going to rub it and then I'm going to rinse my hands, and then I'm going to put my hands in here and then wash the greens like that. Then I'm going to rinse those off, and then I'm going to rinse it again. I don't know if I rinse them twice after I do it with soap. Let's see how it actually comes. Never had to explain it, but let's get into it. And so as the water is coming into here, I'm going to start taking the stems off and putting them to the side. And then once the water gets to the top, I'm going to dump it, okay? And I do want to add, when you are doing this, like the way that I'm doing it, or even in the sink, when you want to take the stems off, when you push down on the greens, the ones with the stems will come up automatically. Okay, so I'm going to rinse these off just a little bit. I'm going to lift this up, wring it out a little bit, and then dump this. Put this back in here. Then I'm going to get my dish soap, and I just want a little bit of drop. My hands are really clean, so it's already going to make it soapy. And that's why I triple wash my hands, because if you only wash your hands once or twice, especially only one time, the first time you wash your hands, you're basically removing the first layer of, which is lotion, the moisturizer that you already put on your hands. If you don't put lotion on your hands, okay, it's oils on your hands. So you're removing the oils the first wash. The second wash, you are removing any dirt and bacteria off of your hands. The third wash is basically just for safety, because I'm cooking with my hands and I'm using soap as well. Okay, so it's making sure like everything is cleaned off. So I got the least amount of I can get, but that's still way too much. So what I'm going to do is rub it in. This is too much. So what I'm going to do is turn the water on, take that off, do it again, take that off, and this is what I want to use in my greens. So we're going to let that fill up. So you're gonna let that sit in that soap water for a little bit. I feel like I could have actually it could have been more soapy. So yeah, do what you please, don't do it at all. Some people wash it in vinegar, but vinegar is going to change the texture of the greens when you cook it, and it's going to influence the taste. Some people put vinegar in their greens. I don't. I was not taught like that, and the way my mama make it is I like how my greens to taste, so whatever she be doing, that's what I'ma do. Okay, so do you. I almost feel like my intuition is like salt would be a good one too, but to me that would infuse my greens with salt, and there's already sodium in the seasoning I'm gonna use, and I have low sodium chicken broth, so I just feel like why add more salt. And even my mom, she doesn't she only uses half of the chicken broth like all together, because she thinks it's too salty. but I be feeling like it's just right. And if your greens do turn out to be too salty, all you have to do is add water. Okay, so now I'm going to dump this water. Do I rinse it out twice or only once? I can't remember. Let's see how I feel about it. Let's see what the ancestors tell me once I stop talking. See, that's why you ancestors can't really get to me, because I'm over here recording this video. But I felt like I've done this enough times to where I didn't need no help. They said, you got it. Yes, I do rinse it twice after this. So I'm going to rinse it twice with cold water. While it's coming to the top, I'm going to continue to look through them to see what needs to be taken out and to take the stems off. Okay, so now I'm going to put the top on this, and I'm going to press this about like 70 times. Okay. So you see how much water was still, like all that, if you don't do stuff like that, all that water is going to go in your greens. And I mean, the greens are clean, so it's not like it's something bad, but you know. Okay, so now let's come over here. Okay, so now I'm going to use the remaining of the chicken broth. You know what? Before I do that, I'm going to actually add the onions and jalapeno. I don't know if I want to add the seasoning right now, but we'll see where it takes us, okay? Let me move these back over here. Okay, so you see this is my frozen bag of vegetables. This is my bag of onions. I think I have some jalapenos in here. I do. So let's add the jalapenos. I don't know if I should cut up some more jalapenos. I think I should. I'll do that after I wash them off. And then I don't know how much onions. So the majority. And then I don't know if I'll probably use this for the baked beans. I don't know if you put onions in baked beans. The baked beans is the first time I'm trying. My first attempt. I'm not trying, I'm doing it. It's my first attempt, so I forgot what the ingredients were. Okay, so I got my onions and my jalapenos. I'm gonna cut up some more. I'm gonna cut up these and add some more once I finish washing everything. And so I'm gonna pour the remaining chicken broth. And I pray all of my greens and turnips fit in this pot, but they should, because usually last time I made 2 bags of collard greens and I still had room in the pot. So let's do some seasoning. I've never added turmeric in the greens, but for health reasons, why not? I feel like the taste won't really differ. And so when I cook, I try to be as, ooh, I'm tripping. Okay, so when I'm cooking, I try to be as organized and intentional as I can. So over here, I have everything that I'm making for my baked beans. So I'm gonna put turmeric in the baked beans. Putting paprika. I'm gonna put paprika in the baked beans. I don't even know why I'm putting this in the greens, but I just felt called to do it. And then I'm put some garlic. Add the garlic. I'm glad I remembered that. So we're gonna add some minced garlic. You can use fresh garlic if you like. I don't really use garlic that much to keep it in here. So I'm gonna probably put a little bit more since I'm cooking in a bigger pot. So we're gonna add some garlic powder. And you can always season more after, so just make sure you don't over season. I don't think you put garlic powder in baked beans, so I'm gonna put that away. I'm gonna add some Old Bay. I'm not going to use Old Bay in the baked beans. So put that away. Onion. This is onion powder. I'm going to put that in the baked beans. And this is liquid smoke. Since I've put that little piece in there, I'm not going to add that much. I like the smoky taste. I'm gonna put that in the baked beans. I'm gonna put some olive oil. I don't need that in the baked beans. Just put that away. I'm gonna add some Cajun sauce. And the greens and the turkey already give it its flavor. Along with the jalapenos, the onions, and the garlic. So you really don't need to be adding in a whole lot of seasoning to greens. I just like it to give it that southern flavor. So you don't overdo it. And then I'm gonna add the Tony's Creole sauce. And this is what you don't want to add a lot of, because you don't want it to be salty. Just to give it that little twang on the bag. Okay, I think I'm not gonna use that for the baked beans. Okay. So we're gonna mix this up. I'm gonna flip that over. So we got our seasoned broth with the chicken. That smells so good already. It literally smells like greens, and I don't even have no greens in there. Like, it smells so bomb. Okay, so let's put that back there. Let's get our first serving of greens and add that. And as you are washing more of your greens, it's going to cook down. It's already cooking down. I think I'm gonna turn this down a little bit to 3. And when you're adding the greens in there, still make sure to pay attention to what you're putting in there to make sure it's not a bad leaf. Oh, I'm teaching y'all. I'm not just cooking, I'm teaching y'all how to make it. Okay. To me, I feel like greens and red beans and rice it's something very simple to make, but it's packed with a whole lot of flavor. It's very fulfilling and it's healthy for you. So it's a good meal to just have, you know, in your DNA. Especially, it's a good, like, for my men out there who don't cook, this is a good meal for you to learn how to cook. It's not that hard. It's so good and it'll make the panties wet. Okay, get into it. Show her what you can do. And you ain't even got to do that much, okay? So I'm basically going to do that whole process over with the rest of the collard greens, with the turnips, and then with the greens. I like to do, so then they're not like all stacked up on each other. I feel like it's good to do flip-flop. There's another green that you're supposed to use. Turnips, collard greens. What's the other one? I forgot, they didn't have it. But yeah, 3 greens, so, you know, flip-floppity, flip-flop-flip. Okay, so basically I'm going to just wash all of these greens off, add them to my pot, and then I'll check in with y'all once I'm finished with that, okay? And since I just touched my hair, and since I am touching my phone, I'm going to, and the seasonings, I'm going to rewash my hands twice so that my hands are extra clean, okay? It's sanitary first, okay? Hey now, okay, as you can see, I have all of my greens in the pot. I don't know if I should be looking at myself or in the camera. I don't know. But while that is cooking down, I'm going to prepare my Georgia peach baked beans because I won't be eating this until later. So I'm basically just going to be prepping this and then putting it in the refrigerator because right now I'm doing no microwave September, where basically I'm trying my best not to use the microwave, okay? So after I prepare my baked beans, I'm going to see if the meat is falling off the bone with the greens, the turkey meat. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the jalapeno and the peaches up. The peach is not as ripe as I would like to be, but I would rather use a fresh peach rather than the jarred peaches. So I'm gonna prep that first and then we're gonna go from there. I've never cooked this before. I've eaten it before. And the first time somebody put a peach in the baked beans, I was like, why have I not been exposed to this before? So I'm like, there's no way I could ever have baked beans without the peaches. Like, have y'all done that before? Do y'all do that? Have you not heard of that? Like, let's get into it, okay? So I'm using vegetarian baked beans. I'm not putting any meat in my baked beans. And I'm gonna just talk to y'all while I cut this up. I'll be trying to use as few dishes as possible, but I'm not, of course, you can tell, I'm not a vegan, not a vegetarian. I don't eat all plant-based, but I like to be as conscious as possible. So as you see, like when I'm baking things, I don't use any foil anymore. When I'm baking things, I don't put it in a tin foil like cornbread and stuff like that. I use glass. And then like the type of ingredients that I use, this is how I know it's not right. It's not falling off the seed. I try to use organic ingredients as much as possible. I try to use brands that are conscious as well. Like, I don't mind paying more. Let me taste it. It's just right. Hold on. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Like this baked broth, I mean this chicken broth, of course there are other brands that are like $1 something, but it is organic, low sodium chicken broth, and it's like, of course it's like $5, but I'd rather pay that. You know, like if I'm going to eat meat, I'm going to try to do it in the most healthy, in the most conscious way possible. So basically, like, I like to consider this segment, hold on. Usually I wouldn't do that if I was cooking for somebody else, but I'm cooking for myself. So I like to consider Love in the Pot as conscious cooking. Okay. And of course you can make all of this stuff. It can be plant-based. You just have to season it more. So I really don't know how much I should be using, and I don't think I should be using the skin. Let me just eat this one. Oh, that's good. And to be honest with you, since I'm baking this, I don't know if I would need a ripe peach, but I feel like it has to be, like, it can't just be hard, because the flavor comes with the ripeness of it. Oh, this is finna be so good. I could just tell. And also, when I was washing the greens, I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something to make this like a real cookout meal. And I was forgetting the macaroni and cheese, but I don't, as a conscious eater, I don't eat mac and cheese. My version of my version of mac and cheese is a pesto, I guess mac and cheese, where it's like, I'm still working on the recipe, but it's made with chickpea noodles, pesto sauce, and vegan mozzarella cheese. And when I made it, it was like dry, and then I realized like I didn't have like no milk in it. So next time I'm gonna make it with coconut milk. I might make it like later this week just to test it out. And also I was missing cornbread, but I make my cornbread with sweet potatoes, and the store didn't have no sweet potatoes that I liked. They didn't look good to me. Did not like their energy. So, but this is enough food for me. Maybe throughout the week I will make that. So I don't know how much of this. Maybe I'll do that. Hold on. Because you over here talking about it. Okay. I'm gonna cut this up. Cut the jalapeno up. Did I keep the bag for the jalapeno? Cut the jalapeno up. And I forgot I said I would add jalapeno, a little bit more jalapeno to the greens. And this is my first time making, adding the turnip greens with the collard greens. Because usually every time I'll go to the store, the turnips would look horrible. So I hope I like the taste. If I'm teaching you something, please let me know down in the comments, okay, what you learned, what you never heard of. I really don't care about what you're not going to do. Like, you can keep that between you. Okay. Like, I don't do this. I don't do that. Okay, who is that helping? What are you adding to the pot? Because that's not love. It's just unnecessary. You can just keep it. You could think about it. You can keep it to yourself, but baby, we are putting love in the pot. Okay, so I don't know if that's too much, but I'll figure that out once I get to adding it in. Okay, and I already had washed everything. I feel like when you cut a jalapeno, it's supposed to be like this. Hold on. I feel like there's a proper way to do this. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? I'll try to zoom in. Girl, just cut it down the middle, okay? Trying to. Dang it. Trying to make that a smooth cut. Okay, so I'm going to rinse the seeds off of the jalapeno, oops, and my knife and this thing. I'm using this as a cutting board. I have a cutting board, but it's kind of too big to be pulling out for little stuff. So I'm just use what I'm already going to use. This is the top to what is to what I'm going to cover the baked beans with. Okay. So okay, so I'm going to cut this up later so I could freeze it and then add some of it to the greens, but I feel like this is enough. Look at the beautiful colors. You can't really see the colors because the lighting's not that great, but so cute. Okay. So now we're going to put the baked beans in here. Hold on, I need some water. and I already rinsed and wiped off the top. I'm gonna pour this in here over the sink. I'm gonna add my onions. I don't know how much I want to add. I really don't like onions, but I'll do it for the flavor and for the tradition of the dish. So I'm not about to force anything out of this bag. Whatever comes out is going to come out. Okay, that's enough. Okay, now we're going to add, let's just add all of it, because I really do like the whole peach concept. Like, I want a peach in every bite. What you mean? Now we're gonna mix this in before we start adding seasoning. And like I said, I've never made this before, so I have to go on the internet and just use my intuition on what type of seasoning to use. And so I just basically went through a couple of recipes and I just picked out all the common denominators of what everybody else was using. Okay, so I like my food, especially for a cookout, to taste smoky. I feel like the baked beans would be good in like cooking it in a smoker. I hope I didn't add too much because it can get salty. And then I have Worcestershire sauce. I really don't know how I know how much I'm supposed to be adding because my ancestors is gonna let me know. And then honey. I know people use brown sugar, but I don't use sugar. I don't even have no sugar in my house. So this is going to be my substitute for the sugar. And I feel like something else that would be good is like bacon seasoning. That's not bacon, like a vegan bacon seasoning. I think that would be good. And so we're gonna add some mustard. I was a little skeptical about this because I really don't like mustard, but if this is what people usually do and I just don't see it, we're gonna do that. Okay, let's mix that up before we add the other ones. I wish I had a bigger pan, but the bigger pan I'm gonna use for the greens. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna need that as a cutting board. Okay, adding some chili powder. Ooh, why am I taking the top off like that? Some paprika. Ooh, this would be so, I don't know why I put so much. I feel like smoked paprika don't really have a taste to it. But this would be so bomb in a smoker. And then onion powder. Again, I don't like my food to taste oniony, so I'm not gonna put that much. And then turmeric. Okay, so we're going to stir that up. This is gonna be so good. I cannot wait to eat dinner later on. So when I eat dinner, when it's time for me to eat dinner, when I put this in the oven, I'm going to cook the Hawaiian turkey burger. You feel me? This smells so bomb.
But giving up certain foods, that's gonna take me a little longer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I had. Should be too good. Should be too seasoned.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now we're going to debone the turkey wing. If we could find it. Let's taste it. It's good already. It is a little salty. So later on I'll probably add some water. Okay. So first we're going to take the skin off. Okay, you loud over here. Hold on now. You know I got a soft voice. Okay, so first we're going to take the skin off, and then we're going to place it on this plate. This is the plate that I used to when I was cleaning the turkey wings. Okay, but I wanted to get a whole new plate because that's uncooked meat. I don't know about the cross-contamination, but yeah. So we're not going to cut up the meat. We're just taking off the skin and taking it off the bone, and it'll break off by itself in the pot. Okay, I gotta cut this piece of fat off though. Some people like to keep it. I don't like to be surprised by textures when I'm eating my food. So yeah. Take the skin off. And if the skin is not coming off easily by itself, that means it's not ready, but it should be ready. I'm not sure how many. It is 6 o'clock now. So I forgot what time we started. I'm gonna have to check that because the greens should probably cook for about 3 to 4 hours. And it all depends on how you like your greens. If you like your greens, how tender you like your greens. So it's on preference. You can like them hard, soft. I could feel my Aunt Maybelle up in here in the kitchen with me. I ain't never known her to make greens, but she with me. Thank you. Hello, girl. Hey, girl. What is that? I don't know if that's skin. I don't know what that is. I'll just cut that off. And I truly do not like dealing with meat. Like, there's some pieces of this turkey and it's giving me the ick. But turkey and salmon is about the only meats that I would cook. Cause something about chicken, and I don't really eat shrimp anymore. I prefer not to eat catfish unless like my mom or my grandma cooks it. But yeah, I don't know. Something about some raw meats that I just don't want to touch or see. Oh, and crab. I could do crab. So this got a lot of meat on it and I like it. See, that look nasty. And it start getting slimy. My stomach is getting a little queasy. Yes, I want any men watching this video, I want you to make this. Make it for yourself. Make it for your girl. Make it for your kids. Like, say what you want, but I feel like if you're not cooking your family or yourself a meal at least once a month, you ain't shit. Like, you ain't shit. I don't care if she don't cook or not. And the thing is, you're supposed to be cooking when you're single. Cooking for yourself. You should respect you enough. You should respect yourself enough to cook your own meal with your own hands, to go in your own stomach. It's not even a form of self-love. It's just like something that we should all be doing. I feel like if you're a single man and you always eat out or you always depend on your mama or your girl to cook you something, like, I feel like that's not healthy. It's not healthy. And not just, I'm talking about not just no oven food. Oven food is not cooking. That you are reheating something. Okay, I think I got everything off, and this is kind of making me sick. This is enough. Not making me sick, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Let me take that off. Oops. Okay, let me just check to see if there's any fat on these. See, like, you see that big old thing? It's really not that much meat, but once it breaks up and it like shreds itself, hopefully it's the perfect amount. Okay, so I'm gonna add some more jalapenos. Oh, I forgot that other wing is in there. I thought I should take that out because it does not need to be flavored anymore. I don't think there's anything on here. Ow. I'm trying to jump back in there. I'm gonna put that right there because I don't think there's anything on there for real. That looks so good. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing on here. I'm gonna just throw this away. Okay. So basically we're just gonna mix everything in, and then it's ready to just sit, simmer, build chemistry. Oh no, make love. It's love in the pot. Okay, I am thankful to be able to make this meal, to be able to, okay, buy the resources, to know what to do with the resources, to be able to eat this hot meal over a roof, under a roof, to be able to eat this food, to be able to digest this food, and to be able to enjoy this food. I am thankful for my hands, thankful for my teeth, thankful for my throat, thankful for my digestive system. I am thankful to be able to have a toilet, to be able to digest, a working toilet, to digest what I intake, what I do not need in my body. Ashe. Okay, so there is that. It is 6:08. So, I'm gonna check on this every 30 minutes to see if I need to add anything. If I need to add any, I feel like I don't need to add any seasoning. If I need to add any water. And also you wanna check on it because depending on how much like liquid, how much broth you want in your greens, you'll have to keep that eye on that. Okay, so if you like a lot of, if you like your greens soupy, you want to add water or any type of broth that you are using. So I'm going to check on this every 30 minutes, and then I probably won't see you until later on tonight when I'm actually about to eat, like when I'm about to, well, when I put my beans in the oven, and then when I make my Hawaiian turkey burger. Okay, so thank you for joining me so far. If you are still here, leave a blue heart and maybe a fork. If they, I don't know if they have a pot emoji. Love in the pot. Hopefully they have a pot. Do a heart, a blue heart, and a pot. Thank you. I'll see y'all in like a couple hours. All right, it's gonna be a late night dinner. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to show you my trash bag. Literally everything that I need to throw away for this video, for this meal, it is in this bag. Okay, this is how you keep your kitchen clean. This is literally really the only dishes that I am using other than when I'm going to store my food in, and just tie this up and throw it away. I fortunately have a trash chute, so when I have like food that I'm like food waste, I try to throw it. I haven't been doing it, but I try to throw it away every night. And then like things like paper and stuff that's not food, I put that in my garbage can, and it really helps me save garbage bags. I don't really need to empty it. It reduces the odor in your home. And it's a way to get rid of these bags from the store. So I just like to really be thoughtful. And I also forgot what I wanted to marinate my pineapples. Okay, if you have like, I'm not too sure exactly what would be a good marination for the pineapples to go on the turkey burger, even a regular beef burger. Like if you've never had a pineapple on your burger, beef or turkey, you are missing out on a good time. Okay, so I'm going to use some liquid smoke, some Worcestershire sauce, Old Bay seasoning, and paprika. I would have got like a teriyaki marinating sauce, but I feel like it will go to waste after I just used a little bit. So I was like, I don't even want to do that. So I'm just getting all the juice out of this pineapple can. And I really wish, I was using fresh pineapples, but I don't trust myself buying pineapples. And I'm glad they had this small thing. So I feel like I shouldn't I'm probably gonna eat like 3 turkey burgers this whole week, but I don't want to marinate all of them because I don't know if I'm gonna like this marination. So I'm gonna put one in one bag to sit in the refrigerator and marinate, and then I'm gonna put, I think there's 4 total. Yeah, that's perfect. So maybe I'll have 4 turkey burgers. Okay, so we're gonna put some liquid smoke. And then the Worcestershire sauce. I think that's enough. And then some Old Bay. And then some paprika. Oh, that was a lot. And I'm just gonna, it's like seasoning only on one side. But maybe this, hopefully the seasoning will go on the sauces. Let me close this up. Okay. So that should be good enough. I'm gonna put that in the refrigerator and then see if I like it. And if I don't like it, I can always try again with these. This is gonna be so good. See, I wish I could put this on the grill. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator and then I'm gonna see y'all later tonight. I'm gonna do a little taste test to see what's going on with it. I don't know if I like turnips. Hold on, let's do another one. I don't know if I need to add some more seasoning or if it's just not done. I'm gonna wait 30 more minutes to taste it. But I know one thing is for sure, your girl is tired, okay? I sat down and I was like, ooh-wee, okay? So I don't think I'll be going out tonight. The thing is, when you cook anything, you're using your energy, okay? It's well draining. And then when you're cooking like ancestral cultured food with your ancestors, okay, it takes a lot out of you. So I'm most likely going to stay in for the night, just edit, probably watch Reasonable Doubt, and enjoy my meal. And you can tell, let me show you. You can tell that this is not really done because I stirred it a few times and the turkey meat is not shredding. So it's really not done. But usually when it's not done and I do a little taste test, it's like stomping my feet, turning in circles, okay? Praising the Lord. But I ain't get that right now. I ain't get that yet. I don't know what's going on with it. We gonna see. I feel like I need to add some more water. And you see how I'm not stirring the pot? I'm going back and forth, and this is going to help break up the meat. But I feel like it needs more water so that it can break up. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, I feel like collard greens is like the main character of greens. Adding the turnips to it, to me, it waters down the flavor. It's like cutting greens. Like, I would have rather just gotten 3 bags of collard greens, but I'll know that for next time. I feel like the ancestors knew that collard greens was the main character, but they probably needed to like expand the pot to feed more people, or to have this for an extended period of time. So they added the other 2 greens, you know, to cut it. I cannot remember the other green. What is the other green, y'all? Turnips, collard greens, and something else. We ain't getting no meat. We saving that for the real deal. Okay, let's taste this. If I don't stump my feet, it ain't right. What is this? See, that's a turnip. I don't like the texture of that. That felt like fat. But baby, baby, baby. That's the ancestors of my hips. Baby. Even it look, I don't like the look of the collard green. I mean the turnips. I could see what's the difference with the turnips and the greens. Never again. But baby. But baby. But baby. But baby. But baby. I'm doing the tizzy roll. Babe, see, it got to get you going in circles. If you're not stumping your feet and going in circles and cussing a little bit, child, it ain't right. Oh, dang, I almost don't want to add no water because it's like perfectly seasoned. Child, let me use this fork to kind of break up the meat, because baby. But also, I want it to be soupy. Let me turn this down. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put my what I'm going to do is I'm going. Don't play with it. That kind of wasn't done. That was a little rough. So I'm going to preheat the oven. I'm going to take the baked beans out of the refrigerator so that the container is not real cold. Let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. Okay. I'm actually set it on the stove because the stove is a little bit hot. I'm gonna keep, I have some parchment paper on the pan. I'm gonna just keep that on there like that. Preheat the oven to 350 just in case this spills over. And I told y'all before, I don't use foil, so I'm gonna just have to put parchment paper on top of the baked beans because I know it's supposed to be covered. I wish I had another like cast iron pot to make that in. Okay, let me show you how it's like starting to break up, starting to shred. Okay, see that? That's how we want it. But I feel like I'm losing too much of the broth. And I want this to cook a little bit longer. I'm really not feeling the turnips. I mean, I'll take it because they're in there. But baby, we not living on hard times no more. We can have all collard greens. You know? I am my ancestors, but I am not their struggle. They did that part already. Now we're going back to our ancient origin selves where we had enough, okay? We live a life of wealth, health, and joy. Okay, so Once that is done, I'm gonna throw the baked beans in the oven. They said 30 to 60 minutes. I'm probably going, because I didn't think about it, like when I put the let me just add a little bit more water. When I put the baked beans, since I have peaches in the baked beans and putting that in the refrigerator, and the peach was not like really ripe, that can make the peaches hard. So I want to make sure that, you know, the peaches are really cooked and their flavor can expand into the beans. So I'm probably going to leave it in there for at least 45 minutes. As of right now, I'm not that hungry. I feel like all that I want to eat is the beans and the greens. I feel like adding the turkey, what is it? Turkey burger is going to be real heavy, but I'm pretty sure in an hour I'll be ready to eat. And if I'm not, I'll just do a taste test. But it's like I want the whole meal put together, okay? Like, you know, but when you go to a cookout, you don't, sometimes you just, you know, get a little here, get a little there, get a plate to take home. Okay, so it is about 8:45, and these have been cooking for about 35 minutes. I'm going to take that off. It does smell very good. I like my baked beans thick, so I'm going to put them back in the oven while I make my Hawaiian turkey burger. Okay, so before I start my turkey burger, I'm going to, actually, let me just heat up the pan while I check on the greens. So yes, I could tell that it's done because the meat has turned like a different color, and then it's shredding very easily. And the turnips, it's really turning my screws here because I don't like, but it's okay. It is okay. I just know for next time. And the thing is, I be trying to make a lot of greens because I want to freeze some, but they be so good. I don't even have an opportunity to freeze any. So I think I'm gonna just freeze like a little container of it, because I'm trying to like especially as it gets colder, like sometimes you just want like that comfort food real quick. You don't want to, because we're in hibernation mode, okay? We are preserving our energy, or we should be preserving our energy the most in the winter time, okay? It is Virgo season. It is about to be autumn. This is the time to harvest. Harvest and plant seeds. So like, you know, so it's like sometimes you just want to pull something out the freezer. I'm trying to really like stock up my freezer with meals that I've made. So far I have red beans and rice. I also have like stuff to make burritos. It's black beans and walnuts. Walnuts is basically replacing the ground beef or ground turkey. And so I have that in my freezer, like if I just want like a burrito, but I don't want to, you know, do all that. Okay, so that's looking good. Some of these chunks of meat are not really shredding yet. So I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit higher, and then let's get into our turkey burger. Okay. So how can I show y'all? Light it. Like that. Okay. Literally, I was thinking, I was about to say like so, like that. And I was like, who says like so, like that? And then I look over and guess who looking at me? Miss Tabitha Brown. She be saying that. Okay, so let's turn this back up. So this don't take a long time for real. So what we're going to do first is, I think, see, I really only eat turkey burger. I've never really cooked turkey burgers. I've only eaten them, and usually they're on a grill. So I'm really not too sure. This is how I usually do it. I think I've tried to do it with butter one time, and it did not go as expected. I'm going to cook my turkey burger and my pineapple slice on the same pot, in the same pot, same pan. And then the other pan is for the buns. I need to go to the recycling bin as well. Okay, so I'm going to season one side of it. I'm gonna start with the Creole. Is this Creole? Yeah, Creole seasoning. I realized when I was doing something, I was saying Creole sauce. Well, that was a lot. That was way too much, y'all. So therefore, that's the only side that's gonna go on. Okay. Then we're gonna go on with the paprika. I don't know why I keep putting, this must be something about paprika. Like, I'm gonna look up the little spiritual meaning to the paprika because I keep using it. And then on one side, I'm gonna use Tab's very good garlic. Is that what I said before? I don't know what I said before. It's craziness. Not craziness, but it's really meant. Because I was like, I don't know if I should use this or not. And it's like, no. Very good. That's what I did say. Okay, focus. So I use that, I use that, I use that. And then, okay, I'm going to wait to flip it to do my other seasonings. And while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to wash off a piece of lettuce. And actually, let's add this to it as well, because I want that well done. That's what I said. Like so, like that. That's what she was saying. Like so, like that. I hope Tab really moved to Atlanta. Like, that's the energy we need over here in the city, in the state. Even if it's not Atlanta, let it be Georgia, baby. We need that. And Kev on stage can come on with it too. It's a freaking gnat in here. I can't wait till it get cold so these gnats can go on somewhere. Go on about your business. It's about that time for me to add. Every time butter is gone off of here, I clean it off, okay? So it's time for me to add some more. Isn't this just so cute? So cute. I think it's time to flip. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, the seasoning coming off. Can't be moving it like that. That's not even on and that's nothing. Okay, I'm gonna add some parsley. Some lemon pepper. Don't want it too salty now. Some Old Bay. I feel like Old Bay is really toxic. But here I am using it. And some liquid smoke. Should I have added Worcestershire? Let me know. Okay. So now we're going to turn this on. Let's turn it on. It has an option for melt. I don't know. No, let's do 2. And then I have my 21 grain Dave's Killer bread. You see how like that's the conscious part of it, okay? When I seen this bread in the store and I was like making that transition of like eating more consciously a couple years ago, I said, now it's one thing I'm not gonna do, and it's not gonna pay. I'm not gonna be paying no $6 for no bread. And guess what I'll be doing? I don't be paying for real, like, unless I have to, like I did today. But usually I wait until it goes on sale because Publix still have buy one get one free, and I'll just buy 2 of them, or I'll just buy a couple of them and then I'll just freeze them. But oh, I did have one more in the freezer that I could have used for today. But yeah, I'll just basically stock up on them once they go on sale. You got to be smart. When you see something that you might not eat all the time, you might not eat it every day, but if you know you eat it, just get it while it's on sale, especially if you can freeze it. And this would be a good time if you're gonna have cheese. It's a good time to add cheese on top of it. But I don't like cheese in turkey burgers, on turkey burgers. See, this is not doing it for me. And it's not enough. I already feel like I used a lot of butter. And it's not giving me what I need. So I turned the fire off on my greens. The baked beans is the last thing I'm gonna take out. I feel like this is done. The thing about turkey burgers is you gotta be careful because they could dry out very easily. What in the world is going on with you? I'm about to switch. I've never used this back burner before. I don't know if it's because I don't know what that is. Okay, so let's check on my baked beans. Well, you know what? I did not think about that. I gotta let these baked beans sit. Man, I gotta let them sit for like 10 minutes. I should have took them out and then started cooking that. Like so, like that. Come on, Auntie Tab. Well, my toast, let that toast. I'm gonna have to just eat the baked beans, okay? When I'm ready to eat. Because I'm lightweight ready to eat. So basically, I'm gonna come back to y'all when I assemble everything. What I'm gonna put on my burger is ketchup, mustard, and then I found this not mayo original. It was on sale, and I failed to realize it supposedly expires October 10th, 2025, and that's why it's on sale. But we're going to use this, some lettuce, and that's it. Okay, so I'll show y'all my final plate in just a momento. Okay, it just got real chaotic in this kitchen. Okay, but we're gonna do a little live taste test. Okay, first, let's taste the beans, okay? Because we know pretty much what the greens taste like. I got a little peach. People would be like first bite, but it's just like, you're not here. So how would you eat it? Let's not play. Okay, okay. I like that. I feel like I would want this a little bit more thicker. But again, I didn't let it cool all the way. There's something in my eye. I didn't let, hold on. Oh Lord. It's a whole eyelash going through the shedding phase. I'm supposed to know what that's called, but I don't. Okay. Fire. Now, let's take this off. I know what this tastes like, but I didn't taste it with the meat yet. Lord. Mm-hmm. I feel like it could be a little more seasoned, but hopefully overnight while it's in its container. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. It could, like, you know, come together. And I do have a little to go into the freezer. I mean, it's probably like just a bowl, literally, but it'll be good for a day where I just want some greens and I don't feel like cooking it. So now we're gonna go into the burger. Pineapple turkey burger. Mm-hmm. I could have two of these. Something about turkey burgers, I feel like one is just not enough. Girl, this fucking that. I'm enjoying my food. Get away from me. But there is something that I put on this turkey burger that I really don't like. It's not horrible, but I'm not gonna do it next time. What was red that I put on here? Did I put chili powder on the what is it, pineapple? It's something I've never tasted before. This is so good. Let me cover up my beans before this gnat gets inside of there. Yeah, there's something throwing me off with this turkey burger. I know it's not the paprika. The chaos in this kitchen right now is really getting to me. Because it was just clean. Dang, that's fire. Talking about, I thought the turkey burger was gonna be too heavy and I want another one. I got a half left, but it's gonna be like 3 bites and it's gonna be gone. Okay. So I'm gonna sit down and enjoy my meal. Man, this is good. If you try this out, let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, let me know. If you don't have nothing nice to say, like your mama said, keep it to yourself, okay? This is the pot of love. Don't come in here being nasty. We not throwing, okay, no nastiness into the pot, okay? We not throwing no shit into the pot. Thank you. You know what? That's crazy. I was gonna say we're not throwing no chitlins in the pot, and chitlins is damn near shit. So I was on the right track. I just didn't want to, you know. I didn't want to disrespect the people who be eating chitlins, but I feel like you disrespecting yourself. Okay, anyway, like the ancestors had to eat chitlins. We don't have to eat chitlins. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this food. I really hope I inspired somebody to make this. If you like this type of food, but you don't know how to make it, or you just never tried to make it before, I really hope I inspired you. I hope I inspire 50 men from 50 states, okay, to cook a meal. If it's not greens, if it's not baked beans, if it's not a turkey burger, let it be something, please, Lord. And not just grilling, I mean cooking the sides and the main, you feel me, on one plate. Okay, thank you for joining me for a pot of love, and I will see y'all next time. Peace. This is the after. I don't know why I thought usually I eat a lot of greens, but it's too much. I'm already full. So I'm gonna give these to my ancestors, okay? And give them a little bit of beans. But it was so good. It was bomb. Like, I'm not overly stuffed, but I had just enough. Everything was so good. I know when I do the pineapple next time, I really feel like I put chili powder, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do lemon paprika in the liquid smoke and the West, I'm talking about the sauce. Oh, that's good. I don't know why, but the beans were kind of spicy. Oh yeah, and something that I want to say about the beans is I feel like that peach could have sat out for one more day, because it was like a little like crunchy, almost a little hard. Some of them were soft and some of them weren't. So I feel like one more day to really ripen would have been perfect. So they do need if you use a fresh peach, it does need to be fully right. And hopefully, now that I have it covered up, hopefully the heat will just soften everything and it'll be perfect. But I really enjoyed that meal. Like, I am so glad that I did that. I am so excited to be learning things, to be switching things up, and cooking things more consciously, but still, fulfilling traditions. Like, if I go to a barbecue, if I have a barbecue, I'm gonna still have the traditional barbecue food, but it's just gonna have like a sprinkle of consciousness on it. You feel me? Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. We should be here. If we are of Christ, if we think different, we gotta do different. We can't just be doing the same thing, eating the same type of foods, having the same things in our colon, living out the same illnesses and diseases and struggles. Okay, we don't have to do that anymore. We are choosing to do that. Some people don't realize it's a choice because that's just what they've been exposed to. That's all that they know. But I am here to tell you, I am here to show you the light, that there is another way, there's another path. So welcome to the side. Welcome to the side. So that is it. That is all. Thank you for joining me on this Love in the Pot. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this type of content. And I will see y'all next Sunday. You see, I'm being more consistent. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, my nose is running. Gotta go.